January 2017. Just one day after the inauguration of Donald Trump, millions of people flood the streets. Not in one city, not in one country, but across the world. From Washington, D.C. to London to New York City. It becomes one of the largest protest movements in modern history. The question is, why were so many people protesting a newly elected president? Before politics, Donald Trump was a businessman and media personality. Real estate developer, reality TV figure on The Apprentice. But controversy followed him even before politics. Accusations of discriminatory housing practices in the 1970s. Aggressive public statements and media presence. When he entered politics in 2015, everything changed. Trump's campaign was unlike anything before. He challenged political norms, but also sparked major backlash. Key controversies. Immigration stance, including proposal for a wall in the United States-Mexico border. Temporary ban on entry from several Islam-majority countries. Statements widely criticized as offensive toward minorities, women, and immigrants. Supporters saw him as a strong outsider, someone who speaks directly. Critics saw him as divisive, dangerous in rhetoric. This divide became the foundation of future protests. Women's March. January 21, 2017. The day after Trump's inauguration. An estimated millions of people marched worldwide. Main concerns: women's rights, gender equality, comments Trump had made about women. It became one of the largest single-day protests in the U.S. history. As policies rolled out, protests intensified. Travel ban, executive order restricting travel from several Muslim-majority countries. Result: massive protests at airports, legal challenges across the U.S. Family separation policy 2018. At the U.S. border. Children separated from migrant parents. Images and report triggered global outrage. Climate policy. Withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement. Critics argued it weakened global climate action. Supporters argued it protected U.S. economic interests. During Trump's presidency, racial tensions became a major flashpoint. Charlottesville, 2017. Violence during a white nationalist rally. Trump's response, saying there were very fine people on both sides, sparked heavy criticism. Black Lives Matter movement. After the killing of George Floyd in 2020, nationwide protests erupted. Trump's law and order stance further divided opinions. Some supported strong policing, others saw it as escalating tensions. Trump lost the 2020 election to Joe Biden, but he claimed the election was fraudulent. This led to legal battles, political polarization, mass protests, both for and against him. January 6, 2021. United States Capitol attack. A crowd of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. This event became one of the most controversial moments in modern U.S. history. Critics blamed Trump's rhetoric. Supporters argued he did not directly incite violence. March 2026. Across the United States, something massive unfolds. Not thousands, not even millions, but millions upon millions of people take to the streets under one message: no kings. In a single day, over 8 million people joined, more than 3,000 protests across all 50 states, making it one of the largest protest movements in American history. Cities like Minneapolis, New York, and Washington, D.C. become the center of a nationwide wave. But what caused this? This wasn't one issue. It was an explosion of multiple tensions at once. Many protesters believed that Donald Trump was expanding the presidential power too far. Signs read, "Not a king. Democracy, not dictatorship." The slogan, "No Kings," directly reflects a core American idea. No leader should rule above the system. One of the biggest triggers. Aggressive immigration enforcement. Reports of shootings involving federal immigration agents. These incidents sparked outrage and earlier protests. Another major reason. U.S. military actions, including conflict involving Iran. Rising global tensions and war spending. Many protesters demanded, "No more wars. Focus on people, not conflict." Protesters raised concerns about voting rights, government transparency, claims of democratic backsliding. To them, this wasn't just politics. It was about the future of the system itself. Many demonstrations also focused on rising cost of living, social justice issues, LGBTQ+ rights, immigration protections. This made the protests broad and multi-layered, not tied to one single cause. From large cities to small towns, even rural areas saw protests. In some places, thousands gathered. In others, smaller but symbolic crowds formed. But together, they created a nationwide message. This was no longer isolated opposition, it was a movement. And in that moment, the phrase, "No Kings," stopped being just a slogan. It became a warning. This wasn't just a protest against a president. It was a protest against the idea that power could go unchecked. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more such videos.